Jack Mason stood on the observation deck of the military base in the Australian outback. The vast desert stretched out before him, like an endless sea of ochre. The early morning sun cast long shadows across the ground. But it wasn't the sun that had captured everyone's attention. A colossal alien spaceship hovered ominously in the sky, its metallic surface gleaming under the harsh sunlight. The world had been thrown into chaos by its arrival, and now the fate of humanity hung in the balance. The voice of the Galactic Council's ambassador boomed across every communication channel, translated into countless languages. People of Earth, you have been deemed a lesser civilization by the Galactic Council. Submit to our rule or face annihilation. You have 24 hours to decide. In the command center, screens flickered with images of global leaders in emergency virtual meetings. The tension was palpable as each leader weighed the potential consequences of submission versus resistance. Jack, however, remained resolute. He had faced threats before, but none as daunting as this. He turned to his closest advisor, Dr. Elena Karov, a brilliant Russian scientist with expertise in alien technology. Her sharp eyes scanned the data streaming across her tablet. Jack, we can't let them intimidate us. We have to strike first and show them that humanity won't be cowed. Jack nodded, his mind racing. What do you suggest, Elena? We've been developing advanced missile systems and defense technologies. It's risky, but if we launch a coordinated strike at their flagship, we might buy ourselves some time and leverage for negotiation. Admiral David Zhang, a seasoned naval officer, joined the conversation. It's a bold move, but we need to act quickly. Every second counts. Jack's gaze hardened with determination. Prepare the missiles. We'll need the support of every nation. A global conference call was hastily organized, with leaders appearing on the screen in rapid succession. Arguments erupted as fear and uncertainty clashed with the desire to fight back. Jack raised his voice above the din. We cannot afford to submit. We faced insurmountable odds before and emerged victorious. We must unite and strike now before they have a chance to annihilate us. His words resonated, and gradually, the dissenting voices fell silent. One by one, the leaders agreed to the plan. Humanity would stand together against this extraterrestrial threat. Back on the base, preparations for the missile launch proceeded with feverish urgency. Technicians scurried about, inputting coordinates and finalizing launch protocols. Jack and his team monitored the progress, their faces set with grim determination. Lieutenant Sarah Ooa Yeel, a fierce fighter pilot with a reputation for bravery, approached Jack. Sir, our squadrons are ready to provide air support if needed. We'll be the first line of defense if they retaliate. Good, Jack replied. We're counting on you, Sarah. As the countdown began, the world held its breath. The missiles, sleek and deadly, stood ready to unleash their fury. Jack watched the clock, each tick echoing in his mind. This was the moment of truth. Launch, he commanded. The missiles roared to life, streaking across the sky like fiery arrows. The ground trembled as they ascended, their vapor trails cutting through the atmosphere. On the screens, the alien flagship loomed large, a menacing presence against the backdrop of space. Seconds stretched into eternity, then the first missile hit its target, followed by a succession of explosive impacts. The flagship shuddered, its surface rippling with energy as it absorbed the blows. The initial shock wave reverberated through the ship, and for a moment, hope surged through the command center. But the victory was short-lived. The Galactic Council's retaliation was swift and brutal. Alien drones and energy weapons descended upon Earth's key military installations, wreaking havoc with merciless precision. The screens lit up with scenes of destruction, each one a grim reminder of the formidable enemy they faced. Jack's heart pounded as he coordinated the defense efforts. Elena, how's the hacking going? Doctor. Karov's fingers flew over her keyboard. I'm working on it. Their systems are incredibly advanced, but I'm close to breaching their communication network. Jack glanced at the screens, where Admiral Zhang's fleet was engaged in a desperate battle against the alien drones. We need that disruption, Elena. Every second counts. In the midst of the chaos, a new message appeared on the main screen. It was from an alien defector, offering critical information in exchange for asylum. Jack's eyes widened at the unexpected twist. This could be the breakthrough we needed. We're receiving a transmission from the enemy, Jack announced. Patch it through. The defector's voice crackled to life. I am K of the Galactic Council. I offer you knowledge of our weaknesses. Grant me asylum, and I will help you defeat them. Jack's mind raced. Trusting an alien defector was a gamble, but it was one they had to take. We accept. Tell us what you know. Kay's revelation was stunning. Their command structure is vulnerable. Target these coordinates, and you can disrupt their operations. The world watched with bated breath as the missiles ascended toward the Galactic Council's flagship. On the observation deck, Jack Mason's eyes were fixed on the screens, each one displaying a different view of the unfolding spectacle. The first missile struck, followed by successive impacts that rippled across the alien ship's metallic surface. Cheers erupted in the command center, but Jack's focus remained unwavering. Prepare for their retaliation, Jack ordered, his voice calm, masking the turmoil within. The initial shock wave of the attack had sent the flagship into momentary disarray. However, the Galactic Council's response was swift and devastating. Alien drones, sleek and menacing, emerged from the ship, their energy weapons glowing ominously. They descended upon Earth's key military installations with precision, unleashing chaos. In the command center, the tension was palpable. Screens flickered with images of destruction as the drones targeted bases and defense systems. Admiral David John coordinated the naval defenses, his demeanor a blend of stern focus and underlying anxiety. Admiral, we need those drones neutralized, Jack said, his tone urgent. We're on it, Jack John replied, deploying countermeasures. Across the globe, humanity's forces engaged in fierce battles against the alien threat. Lieutenant Sarah O.O. led her squadron of fighter jets, weaving through the sky with agility and precision. Her voice crackled over the comms, directing her pilots with unwavering resolve. Stay in formation. Focus on the lead drone, she commanded. Her jet swooped down, unleashing a volley of missiles that struck a drone, sending it spiraling into the ocean below. Back in the command center, Dr. Elena Karov worked tirelessly, her fingers dancing over her keyboard as she attempted to hack into the alien systems. Sweat beaded on her forehead, but her eyes remained sharp with determination. Elena, any progress? Jack asked, glancing at her with a mix of hope and concern. I'm close, Jack. Their firewalls are unlike anything I've seen, but I'm making headway. She replied, her voice steady despite the pressure. Jack nodded, turning his attention back to the screens. The battle raged on, but the tide was beginning to turn. Humanity's resilience and ingenuity were starting to show. However, the alien drones continued their relentless assault, and the casualties were mounting. Suddenly, an alert flashed on one of the screens. We have one chance to disable their primary weapons. This is our moment to show them what humanity is capable of. The renewed sense of purpose was evident in the determined faces around him. The countdown began once more, and Jack watched as the missiles were launched, their trails of fire streaking across the sky. On the ground, Lieutenant O'Eil's squadron provided cover for the missiles, engaging the drones with renewed vigor. Her voice remained a steady beacon of leadership amidst the chaos. Keep those drones off our missiles. This is our last push. The missiles approached their new targets, and for a moment the world seemed to hold its breath. Then, the impact. Explosions erupted along the flagship's vulnerable points, sending shock waves through its structure. The primary weapon systems flickered, and then went dark. A collective cheer rose in the command center. Jack allowed himself a brief smile. We did it, he said, more to himself than anyone else. But the battle was far from over. The flagship shuddered, its defenses faltering. Alien drones began retreating, their coordination disrupted. Yet the victory was bittersweet. The screen still showed scenes of devastation, and the losses were heavy. Elena, what's the status on their communications? Jack asked, shifting his focus. I've managed to disrupt their internal network, but it's temporary. We need to exploit this window, she replied, her fingers still flying over the keyboard. Jack nodded, his mind already racing ahead. Admiral Zhang, prepare our naval forces for a possible counterattack. Lieutenant O'Eil, keep your squadron ready for immediate deployment. As the team scrambled to execute his orders, another alert flashed on the screen. Message from the Galactic Council. Jack's eyes narrowed. Patch it through. The ambassador's voice, colder and more menacing than before, filled the room. Earth has shown unexpected resistance. We will withdraw for now, but this is not over. The stealth ship docked seamlessly, and the team disembarked with practiced efficiency. They moved through the ship's corridors, their steps silent, their eyes vigilant. The air was thick with tension, every shadow a potential threat. Jack led the way, his senses heightened. "Stay close and stay sharp," he whispered. They navigated the labyrinthine passages, guided by the alien defector Tarn's detailed intel. The ship's interior was a maze of sleek metal and alien technology, the hum of machinery a constant backdrop. As they rounded a corner, they encountered their first obstacle, a squad of alien sentinels, their armor gleaming under the harsh lights. The team froze, their training kicking in. Jack signaled for them to take cover. Lieutenant O.A. Yale nodded, her expression resolute. She moved with feline grace, positioning herself for a clear shot. With a swift motion, she took down the lead sentinel with a silenced pulse rifle. The others followed suit, dispatching the remaining guards with lethal precision. "Doctor." Karov approached a control panel, her fingers deftly interfacing with the alien technology. "I'm accessing their internal network," she said, her voice a mix of focus and urgency. "I need a few minutes." Jack and Harris stood guard, their eyes scanning the corridor for any signs of reinforcements. "Incoming transmission from Tarn," the system announced. "Put it through," Jack ordered. Kay's voice filled the room. "I have more information. The flagship's primary weapon systems are vulnerable at these coordinates. You must act quickly." Jack's mind raced. This new intelligence could be the key to turning the battle in their favor. "Relay the coordinates to all missile teams. Prepare for another strike," he commanded. As the teams worked to adjust their targets, Jack took a moment to address his crew. Inside, Jack Mason and his elite team prepared for their most daring mission, yet infiltrating the damaged Galactic Council flagship. Every movement was deliberate, every sound muffled by the gravity of their task. Jack glanced around at his team, their faces set with determination. Lieutenant Sarah O.O.A. Yale, her fighter pilot instinct sharp and unwavering, checked her gear one last time. "Doctor." Elena Karov, the genius behind their technological edge, reviewed the schematics of the alien ship. "Prepare for our return." The transmission ended, leaving a heavy silence in its wake. Jack stood tall, his mind a whirlwind of thoughts. They had won a significant battle, but the war was far from over. The Galactic Council would return, and humanity had to be ready. The night sky over the Pacific Ocean was a vast expanse of darkness, broken only by the faint glimmer of stars. The stealth spacecraft, sleek and silent, cut through the air with precision. The silence was oppressive, the weight of their mission pressing down on them. Elena's voice broke the tension. "I'm in. Let's move." They continued deeper into the ship, encountering sporadic resistance. Each skirmish tested their resolve, but they pushed forward, driven by the stakes of their mission. Every moment was a battle against time. Finally, they reached the command hub, a cavernous room filled with consoles and holographic displays. The heart of the ship's operations lay before them, and with it, the key to their plan. Jack's eyes narrowed with determination. Corporal Marcus Harris, a seasoned operative with a knack for improvisation, tightened his grip on his rifle. "We have one shot at this," Jack said, his voice low but firm. "We get in, plant the virus, and get out. No mistakes." As they approached the alien vessel, its massive structure loomed before them, a testament to the Galactic Council's formidable power. The ship bore the scars of humanity's initial strike, with sections of its hull charred and broken. Jack's heart pounded with anticipation. The stealth ship docked seamlessly, and the team disembarked with practiced efficiency. They moved through the ship's corridors, their steps silent, their eyes vigilant. The air was thick with tension, every shadow a potential threat. Jack led the way, his senses heightened. "Stay close and stay sharp," he whispered. They navigated the labyrinthine passages, guided by the alien defector Tarn's detailed intel. The ship's interior was a maze of sleek metal and alien technology, the hum of machinery a constant backdrop. As they rounded a corner, they encountered their first obstacle, a squad of alien sentinels, their armor gleaming under the harsh lights. The team froze, their training kicking in. Jack signaled for them to take cover. Lieutenant O.A. Yale nodded, her expression resolute. She moved with feline grace, positioning herself for a clear shot. With a swift motion, she took down the lead sentinel with a silenced pulse rifle. The others followed suit, dispatching the remaining guards with lethal precision. "Doctor." Karov approached a control panel, her fingers deftly interfacing with the alien technology. "I'm accessing their internal network," she said, her voice a mix of focus and urgency. "I need a few minutes." Jack and Harris stood guard, their eyes scanning the corridor for any signs of reinforcements. The silence was oppressive, the weight of their mission pressing down on them. Elena's voice broke the tension. "I'm in. Let's move." They continued deeper into the ship, encountering sporadic resistance. Each skirmish tested their resolve, but they pushed forward, driven by the stakes of their mission. Every moment was a battle against time. Finally, they reached the command hub, a cavernous room filled with consoles and holographic displays. The heart of the ship's operations lay before them, and with it, the key to their plan. Jack's eyes narrowed with determination. "Cover me, Doctor." Karov instructed, moving to the central console. She connected her portable terminal, the virus ready to be deployed. The seconds ticked by with agonizing slowness. Suddenly, alarms blared, red lights flashed, casting an eerie glow over the room. The team braced themselves as the doors slid open, revealing a contingent of elite alien warriors. Their leader, a towering figure with an aura of authority, stepped forward. Jack's mind raced. This was the moment of truth. "Hold them off," he shouted, engaging the leader with fierce determination. The room erupted into chaos, pulse rifles and energy blades clashing in a deadly dance. Elena worked feverishly, her hands a blur over the console. "I need more time," she cried, her voice strained. Harris and O'Heal fought with everything they had, their movements a testament to their training and resolve. The battle was intense, each second a struggle for survival. Jack's focus never wavered as he faced the alien leader, their combat a brutal test of strength and skill. "Just as it seemed, they might be overwhelmed, Doctor." Karov's voice rang out. "It's done. The virus is deployed." Jack delivered a final, decisive blow to the alien leader, who crumpled to the ground with a guttural roar.